Let me start with Shohei Ohtani, right? There's been so much talk about Shohei Ohtani. Remember yesterday, Yonder Alonso came on the program, and we talked about, for all the things that have said about Ohtani or have been said, all the talk about Ohtani, it's still not nearly enough. Like, you want to know how good this guy is? I'll tell you how good this guy is. This guy is so good, he made me actually tune in to Home Run Derby last night. Like, don't get me wrong. I have got the greatest job in the world. They actually pay me to watch that stuff. That's how good my job is. They pay me to watch that stuff. They just don't pay me enough to watch that stuff. Honestly, Home Run Derby could not be any more faded, and it could not interest me any less than it does. Even Major League Baseball knows that. Why do you think they bribed the winner with $1 million to do it? Almost nobody wants to see it, much less actually take part in it. And no, I'm not here to hate. I'm here to state the obvious, right? How utterly ridiculous is Home Run Derby at this point? How faded is it? How tired is it? How played out is it? I don't even get the point of it. Like, why does the league even do it? They know it sucks. They've essentially got like these speed rounds where you've got like 90-year-old guys up on the bump, tossing lollipops one after another, and hitters are trying to cram about 400 swings into 3 minutes, leaving them absolutely spent and sucking wind. When have you ever seen a major leaguer out of breath when they leave the batter's box? And don't tell me there's any strategy either to this thing. The strategy is hit more home runs than the other guy. There really doesn't need to be any play-by-play or analysis because it's always the same. Hey, you know what has to be done here? You know what the play is here? You know what the tactic is here? You know what the strategy is here? Hit the ball over the bleeping fence. Like, saying something sucks is not a take, but the Home Run Derby sucks, and that is my take. And it's been my take. Or at least it was my take until Shohei showed up. And I'm guessing I'm not alone there. I'm guessing there are a lot of other people who watched their first Home Run Derby in years, or maybe their first ever last night, just to check out the living legend. And no, he didn't win. And no, it didn't even matter. He was still the star of the show. Dude was what he always is. Freaking electric. That's how you know this guy's special. Even when he doesn't succeed, it's still amazing. It's still must-see TV. And last night was just the start of his turn in the spotlight, because tonight he's going to be on the mound as the American League starting pitcher. And he's going to bat leadoff. And let me repeat that for a minute, because that's a sentence that comes around like once every 100 years. Shohei Ohtani is going to be the starting pitcher for the American League, and he's going to bat leadoff. He's starting the All-Star game as a pitcher and as a leadoff hitter. They changed the rules of the game so he could do this. That's what you do when somebody comes in and changes. No, hell, breaks the game completely. They just changed the freaking rules for that guy. That'd be like some super freak showing up today in the association and them having to raise the basket to 11 feet. Because he was so much better than everybody else, because nobody else could do a damn thing to stop him. That's Ohtani. There are rules for one guy, and he deserves every bit of it. They're making rules for one guy, because it really is mind-melting. It's insane. I mean, I don't even know what the analogy would be like. It would be like, I don't know, Tom Brady starting the Pro Bowl and dropping back to pass, and then Brady putting his hand in the dirt and rushing the passer in the very next series. That's how insane that is. Baseball is not a sport that you play two ways as a pro. Like, I know it happens in high school all the time, and even in college some of the time, but in the majors, never. I mean, forget about it. You have to specialize. You have to focus on one thing, because everybody else is focusing on one thing, and they're really damn good at that one thing. Not Ohtani. He's so damn good at two totally different things. Like tonight, this guy is going to dig into the batter's box, and he's going to face Max Scherzer. But then he's going to turn around and toe the rubber and face Fernando Tatis Jr. Like, is that any good? Or does that even make any sense? He was the face of the Home Run Derby last night. He's going to be the face of the All-Star game tonight. He's the face of the sport right now, and it really is awesome. Like, this guy is the best thing to happen to baseball in I don't know how long. Seriously, it's not even an expression. I genuinely do not know the last time MLB had something this amazing happening. You tell me, how long has it been? When was the last time you saw something this amazing? Like, ever? When was the last time baseball had a player or a team that made you stop exactly what you were doing just to watch? I mean, Fernando Tatis? Sure. Maybe. Barry Bonds? Not really. The Maguire-Sosa home run chase? I mean, that was pretty awesome. But now we know that they were juiced to the gills when they were doing it. So that taints that. This is a guy doing things on a nightly basis that have never been done before. He's making people pay attention to baseball in April and May and June, the 3 hardest months for that sport to get any attention. And this guy's got fans sobbing near the team bus, just hoping to get a glimpse of him. And again, we're not just talking about a guy who can go both ways. We're not talking about some thumber on the mound, some guy who's up there dealing pus. We're not talking about some slappy at the plate. This guy is throwing triple-digit heat and cranks 500-foot bombs. Ding. Thank you. This guy leads the major league in home runs by 5. He's practically lapping the field at the midway point. And then on top of that, he's striking out more than one guy for every inning that he pitches. He's like that elite high school player in your area who absolutely dominates everybody. You know, the kid who's going to be a major league pitcher or hitter, and he's clowning a bunch of kids who are future accountants and sales reps. Except Shohei's doing that to actual major league pitchers and hitters. Like, there's not another league for this guy to go to or step up to. This is it. These are the very best players on the planet at this time, and he is so far ahead of them. I mean, I know I said that he was special a few moments ago, but even that doesn't cut it. Special doesn't do this guy justice. There are generational players, and then there's Shohei. Because right now, the only person you can compare him to is Babe Ruth. And as Yonder Alonso said yesterday, he didn't see Babe Ruth play. I didn't see Babe Ruth play. I'm betting nobody listening to this show got to see Babe Ruth play. And there's a good chance that the next time another Shohei or Ruth comes along, we will not be around to see it. That's why this is awesome. And if you've got any complaint about this guy, if you have any issue with this guy, any complaint with this guy, man, that's on you. Because this guy is single-handedly saving the sport. The proverbial, if you have a problem with Shohei, you got a much bigger problem with yourself. He's not the problem, you are. Because what this guy's done in the first half of the year is the most amazing baseball feat that I've ever seen in my lifetime. And your lifetime. Hell, our kids' lifetime. Our kids' lifetime. We should be hitting our knees every single night and saying thank you for the chance to see it. Because believe me, we will never see it ever again. Also, one more key point, because oftentimes I'll come out here and I'll give you a really smart take, and you'll be like, Here's what I want to talk about, Rome. I know where you're going. I know where you're going with this. If it sounds like I'm completely neglecting Pete Alonso, winning back-to-back home run derbies, it's unintentional, and I'm not. That's just how enormous Ohtani is. Much love to Alonso for putting on a show, and another example of jungle karma. Why do I say jungle karma? Because that dude was on last Friday. Not with me, but with the icon that is Brian Weber. I don't think that it was a paid interview, nor do I think that Brian had to chip off any of his beloved McRibbies to get him to do it. And here's what I'm really getting to that I know you clones want to talk about. While I'm on the topic of McRibs, notice that in the course of that take, a good take, an emphatic take, an enthusiastic take, hell, a 10-minute take. Notice there was not one single reference or mention of one Ken Griffey Jr. Yes, I saw Griffey taking pictures of Shohei. If Griffey is making a big deal about you, you know you're big. You know you're enormous.